Hi guys, it's Dylan from Bijou Diamond Jewellery in London with another watch video, and today we're taking a look at my top 3 Tag Heuer watches. There's so many watches I could have chosen from Tag. I've tried to select a top 3, I even failed at that, so I've added some extra ones in there as like an alternative option per category or per number. But let's start with number 3. So at number 3, we've got the Carrera Calibre 5. The one we're looking at is a super simple 39mm time and date only watch on a strap, on a leather strap. Being 39mm is relatively small for a Tag watch, especially a men's Tag Heuer watch. They're usually around 43, 45mm in diameter, which is pretty large in terms of the other watches from different brands in the industry. Tag definitely likes to make a larger case size. So this is kind of something a little bit unique and a bit different from Tag. It's super classic looking, very, very elegant and understated. But the great thing is that there's still that essence of sportiness in this watch. There's still that same Tag essence in there. It's got kind of a bold, slightly bulky case. The lugs are very chunky from the sides. It is still a 39mm case size, so it's a really nice size, especially for me and lots of our clients. In fact, find 39 a really great sweet spot in terms of case diameters. But this watch still has the essence and feel of a more bulky, sporty watch. The watch features obviously a very simple, clean dial. You can get this watch in 2 variations, the black dial with the black leather strap and the kind of silvery dial with the brown leather strap. I personally really love the silver with the brown leather strap. I think that's a really, really nice classic watch. I think it probably would go with more things than the straight black on black watch. I think the black on black is very, very smart, but actually looks more sporty than this silver dial with the brown strap. So I would choose the silver dial with the brown strap. It actually has a really great clasp on this watch as well. A really nice deployant fold over clasp with twin triggers. Very, very comfortable. One of the best clasps, especially for this price point at just over £2,000. The retail price here in the UK at this point of the video is £2,095. Such an amazing price point for this watch. This watch is one of the most versatile watches Tag makes, and it's kind of a bit of an underrated watch from Tag as well. Not many people look at this. They obviously tend to look at the more sporty watches in their collection, but actually this is a great looking piece and will suit pretty much any occasion and any outfit as well. Moving now on to my next number 3, which is kind of cheating in a way, but I wanted to put a joint number 3 in at this point because that watch that I just showed there, the Calibre 5, is obviously quite a formal watch compared to what normal Tag clients want to buy. So I wanted to put in a sporty version of this watch at the same price point. So we've got the exact same retail price on this watch, and the watch we're looking at is the Aquaracer Calibre 5. So it's kind of got a submariner, diver, Seamaster look about it. Kind of just the standard dive watch essentially. This one is a 41mm case size, so again kind of small for Tag watches. Usually Tags around 43, 45. So this is a nice smaller case size. They do this one in a slightly larger case size, but I prefer this 41mm. I think it suits more wrists than the 43mm does, which is why I'm putting it into this top 3. The 41mm case size also means you can wear it for more occasions as well. Often when you wear a very, very large watch, like a 45mm case size watch, it tends to look a little bit silly with formal outfits like a suit, unless you have really, really large wrists, and especially Tags that have a very deep depth as well. Unlike some brands that make very large case sizes, but make them quite thin watches, Tags tend to be very deep, which doesn't really help them trying to blend into a dress suit or a dress cuff or whatever, a formal look. They just don't tend to suit. So this 41mm is probably, I'd say, one of the better ones to look at in terms of the sporty watches from Tag. Super versatile. The black on black as well means it's very, very clean. Not really going to clash with any outfits. If you had maybe a green or a blue, it might clash with some outfits. This is going to be just perfect for everything. This watch is appropriate at 41mm, for swimming in the sea or in the pool, going down the beach with shorts and a t-shirt, but equally you could wear this watch with a suit and it would still look great. Moving now on to number 2, we've got the Autavia. I actually love all the models in the Autavia collection. My specific favorite ones though are the strap models, and of them my absolute favorite is the bronze variations, but the brown dial bronze variation is the one that I'm going to place at my number 2 position. The bronze just looks so cool on these watches. I mean, obviously the steel looks great as well, but the bronze just creates this really unique look that is kind of aged and vintage. And Tag has done such an amazing job of this watch, especially the brown dial. The green looks amazing as well, but the brown here with kind of the patina effect that they've created, where it kind of where it looks as if the dial has faded from dark on the outsides to very light on the insides, which is what happens with a faded or patinaed dial. The numbers on the dial also look very vintage and patinaed. The kind of orange peel effect that creates that kind of depth and the 3D effect on the dial, again adding to that kind of patina faded look, which is just so cool. I think Tag has absolutely nailed this watch. My only thing that I wish they'd done, this watch is a 42mm case size. If they'd made this a 39mm, which would have been more true to a vintage watch, then this would be one of the best watches, not just from Tag, but actually in the whole industry. But it is quite large still at 42mm, which fits in kind of with the rest of their collection. You know, that's what their clients love, and you know, they really enjoy bigger case sizes. So Tag is obviously trying to still maintain that with this watch. Really nice case on this watch with a mixture of polished and brush finishes. Obviously being bronze, it looks, or bronze effect, looks really, really cool with the brown as well. They complement each other really, really nicely. The bezel on this watch is super cool as well. Everything about this watch is just so thought out and so true to how a watch like this might patina. We've got a nice classic leather strap. Of course, you could change out the leather strap for any other strap you might want. And the end of the strap, we have a nice pin buckle, very, very simple, in the same bronze effect that the case is. But yeah, like I said, with the Autavia, all of them are really cool in the collection. Personally prefer the strap variations, but I absolutely love the bronze versions as well. Moving now on to number 1, we've got the Carrera Calibre Heuer 2. This one I have reviewed a couple years ago, in fact. It's one of our most popular tags, and it's not hard to see why. It's one of the best and most complicated looking watches you can get for this price point. It is kind of Richard Mille-esque in some ways, and obviously at a fraction of the price. So this one we're looking at is a 43mm variation, so it's slightly smaller than the other versions in the line. Most of these are in a 45mm case size, so it's a much, much larger watch. I personally prefer the slightly smaller one, which is this one. And this is in the really cool chopped carbon effect as well, this specific case that I've looked at, which I think is the best variation of the Calibre Heuer 2. The Calibre Heuer 2 is not my favorite watch in the Tag collection, purely because of its extra large case size, but I think there's a number of reasons why this watch really should be at number 1. In my opinion, you know, it is the essence of Tag in many ways. It's got that motor racing history in the essence, you know, tachymeter, the chronograph, the whole look of the watch, and the strap is very much reminiscent of a car or motor racing. It is really, in a way, always looking at this specific model, always looks at newer materials like ceramics, carbons, titaniums. They use really futuristic or kind of unique materials rather than the standard steel, gold, etc., etc. So I like that about this watch, that Tag uses this one as an experimental piece, and I think that's really cool. Definitely, again, in keeping with kind of the motor racing heritage or history. Larger case sizes obviously as well with this watch, which again is very much a Tag style thing to do, to create watches with large case sizes. Sporty designs. Tag is a very sporty brand by nature, so really I think this watch in a way is kind of the essence of Tag, which is why I want to place it at number 1. This is maybe a controversial point, but I'd actually say that the dial has the same level of finishing as a Richard Mille in terms of the same standard. The Richard Mille is not particularly special in terms of its finishing. Obviously it's incredible what they create on their watches, but actually this tag that we're looking at with this skeleton dial is not far off the standard finishing that actually a Richard Mille has. And that watch, or the Richard Mille, is maybe in some cases 100 times the price of this watch. So it is pretty cool to be seeing this level of finishing on a watch at this price point. And the skeleton dials are really, really cool. I love the skeleton dials. Really nice, again, fold over clasp on this watch. We've got the standard rubber straps as well. Overall, just a really cool piece, and they come in so many different variations, and Tag has done many variations over the years. But I'm going to crown the king of these with the Tourbillon variation, and the one that we're going to look at is this limited edition one that I'm showing you on screen now, with the kind of lime green or neon green or yellow stitching and accents on the dial and tourbillon. You can't really get a tourbillon for a better price from a reputable brand in the whole industry. This is one of the best price points for a tourbillon ever, and that's just the retail price. If you come to us, the price for this tourbillon is actually much less than the retail price. The retail price on this one that we're looking at here is around £20,000, but it's available from us for much less than that. This one that I'm looking at, the special edition one here, or limited edition one, features that super cool chopped carbon case. I just think that suits this watch so well, and this dial is really, really cool, kind of a honeycomb effect, which is just so awesome. Obviously, it's kind of skeletonized as well at the same time, but that tourbillon at the bottom is just such a cool feature to have on this piece. Again, kind of Richemille-esque in a way as well. And that tourbillon is actually available in a slightly cheaper version, or less rare version in a non-limited edition, which is featuring like a ceramic case on it. And that actually has a retail price of £13,000, and again, available for much less from us. So, I mean, to think that you could have a tourbillon watch for under £13,000 is pretty incredible. Super cool watch overall. And that's kind of why I want to place these guys at the top of my top three, is because to be able to have a tourbillon in a watch that really is the essence of Tag, I mean, I don't think you can get a much cooler Tag watch than that. All of these watches that I've mentioned are available from us for, on the whole, from pretty much all of these watches at a price less than the retail price. So you can get a discount if you come to us for these models. So please don't hesitate to contact us about any of the models mentioned in this video, or any other watch from the Tag Heuer collection. It'd be a pleasure to call those watches into stock for you.